going to talk for a minute about diversifying your course content delivery. As you begin developing and working through that course development of your online course, you may find yourself getting bored. Maybe you have 15 weeks or 15 modules worth of content and you find yourself doing the same thing over and over and over again. You have your learning objectives, you have your learning guide, how the students are going to progress through the module, you have a narrated visual presentation, or maybe you have a video like this, like a talking head video. And by about module 8, you're kind of over it. So how do you make sure that your course content stays interesting, relevant, and engaging? Well, you can utilize some of the alternate presentation methods instead of relying on one single delivery style. So for example, you're able to use interactive presentations. We have a couple of resources available that help you create those interactivities, those interactive elements. We have the ability to not really rely on video. Sometimes video just doesn't work for a particular subject or a particular module. Sometimes you could transmit the same information using a podcast. Sometimes you may not need a multimedia element, and instead maybe you need case studies or some other text-based instructional method where the student can interact with the text of the content instead of listening to a presentation of it. So we have some options available to you. My thought here is that you may want to consider kind of switching it up every so often. I'm not talking about charging yourself with going out and creating Constyle Academy videos or going out and creating interactive elements for every single learning module in your course. That can feel laborious and it can be very intense and frustrating, and it could take a long time. Okay, I'm just being very transparent here. But what I do want to encourage you to do is just reflect on the areas of your course where you may get bored. Where are some of the more dense content areas in your course? Where do you feel like the material needs to be jazzed up a little? Or maybe you're just out of ideas. We work with a lot of people who come to our office and they say, Chelsea, I have no idea what to do with my course. And so at that point, we can really pull together our resources. We can bring in our video experts. We can bring in our animation resources. We can go over to the eStudio. We can go and look at some free and paid resources that are available to us on the web and think about what is going to make a difference in your course. Because what I never want to advocate for is implementing technology or technology tools in your course just for the sake of implementing that technology. I want each of those implementations to be meaningful, and I want you to have some thought behind each of those. So when you're talking about diversifying your course content, that's an area where you can really collaborate with our office, Academic Technology, to create something meaningful and impactful for your students so that your course doesn't seem as repetitious